You know, when you think about medical breakthroughs, you probably picture some new miracle pill, right? But what if the real game changer isn't the pill itself, but how we take it? Today, we're going to look at a company that's flipping the script on taking medicine, tackling one of healthcare's oldest, most stubborn problems.
All right, let's get right into it. And look, we're not talking about some rare niche issue here. This is a huge, universal challenge. It's something that affects millions of people every single day, especially the folks who need our help the most, our kids and our elderly loved ones.
It's just a simple and, honestly, a super frustrating reality. For a lot of kids and for older folks, taking their medicine can be a total battle every day. I mean, we've all been there, right? Or we've seen it, that struggle to get a big pill down or trying to convince someone to take that awful-tasting syrup. This is way more than just an inconvenience. It's a massive, unmet need that's just been crying out for a better solution.
And the consequences? They're huge. When someone can't take their medicine the right way, compliance just plummets. So what does that mean? It means wasted medicine, tons of frustration for patients and their caregivers, and, this is the worst part, the treatment just doesn't do its job. People aren't getting the help they need, all because of what is essentially a design problem.
So what's the solution here? Well, this is where Pharmies comes in. They've got this really innovative drug delivery system that's simple, it's effective, and let's be honest, it's a whole lot more enjoyable.
Now, this is super important. We're not just talking about putting some medicine inside a regular gummy bear. No way. A pharmaceutical gummy is a seriously high-tech delivery system. It takes pharma-grade active ingredients, that's the actual medicine, what they call APIs, and combines them with some cutting-edge taste masking and formulation technology. So the end result is a product that's stable, gives you the exact dose you need, and this is the magic part, it's something a patient actually wants to take.
Okay, so it's a brilliant idea, right? But how do you go from a cool concept to a real product on the shelf? Well, Pharmies has literally mapped out the entire journey for you.
And this is really what makes them different. They've got this complete idea-to-shelf process. So it kicks off with the initial concept. Then they dive deep into research and development to get that gummy formula absolutely perfect. After that, it's the really tough part, navigating all the complex regulations. And they handle it all, right up to the commercial scale-up and launch. It's pretty much a one-stop shop for any pharmaceutical company that wants to get in on this.
And get this, they've just hit a huge milestone. This is the proof that their whole model isn't just a cool idea on paper. It's real. They have officially achieved pilot-scale validation. So this is always the big question, right? It's the multi-million-dollar question for anyone in manufacturing. It's one thing to create a perfect little batch in a lab, but can you do it again and again with the same quality and precision, but at an industrial scale? That's the real test. All right, so the journey starts right here, in the lab. As you can see, it all begins with these small, very carefully controlled batches. This is where the real science is happening. They're perfecting the formula, making sure the medicine is stable, and of course, getting that taste just right. Okay, so from the lab, we move on to process development. Think of this stage as where the scientists write the master cookbook for mass production. I mean, they're mapping out every single tiny variable you can think of. Temperature, pH, viscosity, everything. The goal is to create a totally foolproof, repeatable recipe that they can scale up without any issues.
And here it is! This image just says it all. You see that? From a little bucket in a lab to a full-blown pharma-grade industrial production line. This is the proof right here. They've done it. They've successfully taken their concept and turned it into something that's commercially viable.
So what did they actually prove with all this? Well, this is the real technical core of their success. First, they nailed controlled depositing in a starchless environment, which basically means every single gummy is formed perfectly. They showed they can hit key quality markers, like Brix, which is a measure of sugar content, every single time. That the taste masking isn't just good, it's durable. And this is the most critical part. They proved that the medicine, the API, is distributed perfectly and evenly throughout every single gummy, batch after batch. That consistency is the absolute gold standard in pharmaceuticals.
And again, this isn't just theory. They've already done this with a whole portfolio of really common over-the-counter medicines. We're talking about the stuff we all know, acetaminophen, ibuprofen, and diphenhydramine, and they have them in various dosages. So these aren't just concepts anymore. They're fully validated products ready for the next phase.
So now that they've proven their process works, Pharmies is looking ahead. They're opening their doors and looking for partners to collaborate with.
What's the immediate next step? They're kicking off what are called ICH compliant stability programs. In plain English, that means they're doing all the testing to prove the gummies have a long, stable shelf life that meets these super strict international standards. This is basically the final piece of the puzzle to get that full GMP, or Good Manufacturing Practice certification. And that's the ultimate seal of approval for any pharma product.
So yeah, they're actively looking for partners right now. It could be for co-developing brand new products, licensing the ones they've already validated, or even teaming up for commercial launches. The opportunity's wide open to bring this amazing innovation to patients all over the world. I love this tagline, startup innovation, corporate capability, because it just nails it. They've got the fast, clever innovation you'd expect from a startup, but it's backed by the rock-solid, scalable power of a big corporation. It's a really powerful combo. So the big question is, could something that seems as simple as a gummy really be the answer to one of the biggest, oldest challenges in medicine? Well, Pharmmies is making a pretty convincing case that the answer is a resounding yes.